What are you doing?
I feel like causing a lot of trouble.
Good. As long as it's not towards me, make it towards Johnny.
Okay.
Y'all don't be shy.
She already got-
Right now.
She already got
All
me
right.
today.
Okay, Tony.
I just seen where she sent her invoice and I didn't even look at the rest of it.
No.
And she was going to see the agendas. I was like, yeah.
I'm just gonna do these after. Yeah. There's 2 more. I'm not gonna find it. Yeah, you'll have to find these 2.
Real agendas.
Oh, I need
Here, I got one, I think, right here. Danita.
Hello,
Is that
Denise.
both of them? Hey, how are you?
I signed down there 3 days, 3 or 4 days, still gonna get them all done.
Mhm.
I brought mine from my office.
No, I don't know what I signed. No, because you already voted to do a special election.
What? Your picture. Special election.
No, tonight, this one will take a seat when they're appointed.
They have to run by the next regular general election to fill the unexpired seat. You can't, because if you appoint one now, you pass your 60 days, 1, and 2, you are scheduled special election, so you can't.
That's right.
But this one.
This one's within 60 days of the resignation.
I'm 33.
You don't want to be here.
You gave me the Tootsie Roll.
Offer you a hug.
I know.
Yeah.
Last time I did that, I got paid off for it. Let's go ahead.
All right, let's call this meeting to order.
Well, take good luck. I'm no threat.
Town of Warner, November the 7th, 2023. Please call roll.
Jeanette says,
Yes.
Tony LaBounty,
Here.
Roger Thomason.
Here. We have a quorum time,
Is 5:33.
5:33. We can do prayer and flag salute. Dave Smith, will you lead us in prayer?
Sure will. Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for waking us up when we return our breath back to you to praise. And we thank you for all that you've given us and all that you've done. We thank you, Lord, for the town of Warner. We thank you, Lord, for leadership. And we thank you, Father, that you will guide us and lead us in the things that we are needing to do. That you will touch our leaders and bless them. They will do the will and do what needs to be done for our city. I pray that you will that you will touch them. Lead them, let this meeting be in order and how you would have it. We give you all praise and glory in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, ma'am.
Go through the consent agenda 1 through 6.
I make a motion to approve 1 through 6.
Second. We have motion and second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 7, revenue report. This is for October. We had $92,737.
At a $9,000 increase.
The breakdown on that, if anybody's interested, the general fund was $34,776 added to that. Street department was 5,796. The sewer and water was 11,592. The community center, police department, and fire was 5,796. The infrastructure account was added $23,184.
Make a motion. We accept the revenue report.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Go to the regular agenda. Item number 1, discussion and action on appointing a council member. Each written applicant will have a maximum of 2 to 3 or 4 minutes. Sorry.
Wow.
To address the board. First one, Diana Hollis. You're up, ma'am.
Let me clarify something.
Okay.
Really, the person would be a trustee. You all are
The
trustees,
trustees,
so it's
yeah.
a board of trustees instead of a council member, just for clarification.
Thank you. I'm a very bad public speaker, so I apologize for being nervous. I thought about having like a little speech, but it just all sounded too cheesy. So I want to be part of the board of trustees. I've lived here basically since birth. I live 2 houses down from where my parents lived when I was born. So I have a lot of love for this town. You know, it has its faults, but deep down, I love this town and all the people. I've already been serving this town for a few years now. I am a volunteer firefighter, and before I was a firefighter, I was on the auxiliary, and for a short time, I was advisor for the junior firefighters. So, like, I do love, like, giving and helping when I can. I believe I know I'm a bit unconventional compared to some of the others, but I believe it's important to have diversity in different demographics. Not that, I want to be appointed solely because of that, but I think that is something that should be considered, is the different viewpoints that somebody can offer based on their experience. Such as, like, one thing that we have been pushing for lately is social media. Like, I know that's a toss-up on that kind of stuff, but I think it's a very important tool that we could utilize if we, explore it and do it properly. It might take some trial and error, and I know that we would have to be very careful because of legal reasons, but I feel like it could be very helpful in helping kind of bridge the gap that seems to be pretty common between board members and citizens. Because some citizens, not only can they not make it up here, or like they, at the end of the day, they might just not have energy and stuff, and that's understandable. But I mean, I see us as we are public servants, and it is our job to do more to put that stuff out there and make it more easily accessible for people. That's all I have right now.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Okay, Mr. Hunt here.
Well, I've only lived here about 4 years. When I first came here, I really liked the town. I like like the atmosphere that was in town. But to be honest, because that's just me, I'm an honest person, I'm very outspoken. I believe the town has been starting to tumble downhill the past 4 years. Sometimes, some people, you can stand in a spot for so long that everything just kind of stagnates because, you know, water doesn't flow, it stagnates. Sometimes it's time for a new change. Whoever gets it, I hope they can bring a change to here. I don't know about the social media thing, I'm not too much into that, but I think that we need new businesses here besides, you know, just hot dogs and liquor stores. I think we need something for people to actually come and do, you know, to bring people here, bring in a mom and pop restaurant. You know, because I mean, honestly, we're here in this town, to McDonald's, pizza, you know, we need something to bring some life in the community up. If you drive around, all you see is very little people doing anything. You know, and I think that I could have, you know, have some ideas of how to improve the city, bringing stuff in. I've only been a property manager since I've been here. I've done 20 some odd years as a chef. I can do amazing things with restaurants, and I know that restaurants make people happy. And besides just filling their bellies, it's giving them something to do. You know, having a little sideline for them to go, you know, and watching movies, sit down and read a book with coffee, you know, have a conversation with people. And I think that this town could really use, you know, a little more activity around here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Mark Rockwell. He's not here.
No, he's not here.
Mark Rockwell?
He's not here.
In here?
Okay.
Barbara, did you apply?
Why not?
I didn't get reelected in this last time, so I think people had their word.
Fair enough.
Okay, is Dory Gertie? She here? Okay, JD Miller. Is he here?
JD called me earlier and said he just had so much going on with his kids.
Okay.
I couldn't hear you. What?
JD called a while ago and said that he's just got too much going on with his kids and he was going to withdraw his name.
Okay. So he's going to withdraw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Said he may run, but right now everything's really busy.
Okay. Betty Wright.
She messaged she's home sick, just left the doctor, but her she still wants her.
Okay.
She went to the doctor and she's sick. But she still wants to be considered. Her heart did not.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is.
I talked to Betty yesterday. She said that she has run in the past and shown interest in serving the community as a board member, a trustee member. She said she really wanted to work on that sales tax to help with the water plant. And that was, we had a pretty lengthy conversation about she really wants to serve the town and help the town.
She's got there. She's always had an interest in it. She's been with
Okay. Anybody want to nominate somebody?
I think we need to wait and have a special meeting to be able to go through all these and talk about that.
You're out of time.
We still can have a special meeting next week.
How many days you got?
I can go count it up. You're getting close.
We got till the 1st of December,
No, we don't.
or the 1st of,
I got 60
What was
days.
the
on
day
it.
of the resignation?
the 1st.
You can make motions if you want to.
It was like September 3rd or
Something
something.
like that.
October 3rd. Yeah, is it? I had Johnny calculate it and we were just barely under the wire for today.
Mm-hmm.
And it includes weekends and it's
Every day, yeah.
by the hour. If somebody resigns at 12 noon,
Starts now.
it runs up to 11:59 on the 60th day, that's it.
Okay.
And then you're stuck with a special election.
That's a costly deal.
What do you want to do, sir?
We need to elect one, appoint one.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to appoint Betty Wright.
Okay. Do we have a second? I'll second it. Discussion?
I don't think we should appoint somebody that's not here.
Yeah, I don't want her here sick.
Yeah, she's running a fever.
Okay.
Kind of behind the 8 ball right now.
Any further discussion?
I didn't hear the motion.
Betty.
Wish I knew why they were choosing Betty over somebody else that was here.
That's here at every meeting.
This is the 35th day since his resignation was accepted.
What day was, it's not when his resignation was accepted, it's when his resignation was submitted.
And
was
it
the
was
day
submitted the day
before.
before,
Valid reason for not being here.
so 36
I don't know the
days.
reason for choosing one over the other.
You don't have to answer.
I know, but I can't.
Okay.
But I wish I could.
Tony made a motion to
Appoint Betty.
appoint Betty,
Okay.
Rude.
and I seconded it.
Ready to vote?
Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Abstain.
I don't know her.
I don't know.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
Has been on the board at one time. And her son-in-law worked for the city for a period of time.
Okay, item 2, discussion action on Ron Crosby's request. I would like to speak about appointing a town councilor. You're up, sir.
Okay, here's where I could have said a few minutes ago that I wish that I could have learned about Betty, whoever you just appointed to the council, because I didn't know her. I didn't know her from Adam or Eve.
She's been to quite a few of our meetings.
I've been to quite a few of your meetings in the last few months.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her,
She's been
but I
there.
have seen this lady.
She has the few that you
So,
said.
but I don't know what she stands for. I don't know if she believes in God or Satan or whoever. I don't know.
I know where she goes to church.
Appreciate that. I mean, you give me a Tootsie Roll, but I don't know if I love you as much as you think I do. Here's the thing. I just wish y'all had waited. That's fine. You didn't. It's done. But this February election, I'm gonna get involved in it. Make sure that the town gets involved in it. Everybody knows what people stand for that are gonna be sitting up there making decisions for the town of Warner. And I appreciate y'all and what you do. Spent all afternoon here, and I want to say thanks to the staff that put this meeting together. But the more information we get out there, and people can make their own decisions. So that's all I want to say. I appreciate everybody that got up here and spoke. Diana,
Diana.
Jim, appreciate you coming. I've seen you here several times too. I hope Betty gets well, and I hope she does wonderful and represents what I believe and what I grew up in Warner. So anyhow, how you doing, man? I'm good. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
All right, thank you.
Huh?
Item 3, discussion.
Wait. So, it's gotta be a no action thing. It's
Oh, okay.
an agenda item.
All right. Take no action?
make a motion.
Yeah.
Second.
Have a motion and second. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Item 3, discussion and action on emergency lights for the side-by-side and rotate fire trucks for emergency lights.
Yeah, for the grant money that we've got, we need to finish outfitting our side by side. The lights, skid unit for it. And I want to start taking once a week going to Muskogee and getting a quote on adding more lights to all the other trucks. 'Cause we're losing lights and some of them are not lit up enough. We're working wrecks.
A lot of those aren't LEDs. We'll be putting
Exactly.
LEDs
Some of
on.
them need to be replaced.
The ones that aren't LEDs run the batteries down so fast.
But, and then we've got I looked at a sign, I looked at Dr. Roger about the other day, that we can program, where we can put, if there's a wreck ahead, or you need to move over, or
They
slow
could,
down.
yeah.
Because after an I-40, they don't slow down.
Signs
No, they
not on the
don't.
agenda.
If you're
What?
sitting just over a hill, they're gonna run right into it. You can't stop, you can't slow them down.
There's nothing on there about a sign.
That's all I want to use for grant money. I've got enough to start getting quotes, but I do need to get the side by side.
Okay.
Make a motion for the lights for the subside.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. Do you have a dollar figure?
No, I'll have to start with that.
Okay. But you're
The
gonna
skid
use,
unit I've looked at is, the one I looked at. for that was like
That'll be on
$3,000.
number 4.
But lights, I'm not sure.
okay.
So I'll get all that together and I'll bring it back the next time before I actually do anything.
Okay.
And if you,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you wanting that sign, it needs to be on the agenda.
Okay, so
Do I have
I'm
a
just kind of
motion?
looking to get quotes.
Tony first, I second.
Okay. Okay, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
so what's the
Item-
motion for him to get prices?
to approve getting it.
He's got grant money.
On the lights for subside, yes.
I didn't say.
Out of the grant money.
Yeah, when he first started talking to you.
Motion didn't say.
Oh, the motion, okay. Okay. Do you want to go back in?
And we can do it as just to go ahead and get the quote started and bring it back.
So you commend your motion and approve getting quotes.
Yes.
I can't guarantee what an actual dollar amount would be.
Okay.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item 4, discussion action on buying gear for the fire department.
We've got to start replacing some gloves.
That also gonna come out of your grant money, or
Yeah, I have 11,000 in grant from forestry and everything else.
you gotta spend it.
So we need the gloves have got hot, burn up, lost. Replace the gloves, buy some more helmets. I'm looking at less than $5,000.
Well, safety number 1 on that deal, so I'll make a motion that we
And that
take.
stuff does have a shelf on it. They do have
Yeah.
expiration dates.
Some of them are like 5 or 10 years, are they not? Yes.
Yeah, coach and whatever. Are you gonna involve any coach in that? You
Do I?
gonna involve any coach or pants for that?
I don't think we need any that right now.
Okay.
100%. I'll have to look for the gloves.
Okay.
so you're gonna approve up to 5,000, is that what you're needing?
I would say 5,000.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a motion, we approve 5,000 for the fire department gear needed for safety
From grant.
from grant money, yes.
Have a motion and a second. Discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item 5, discussion and action on accepting Tawana Sharp's resignation and removing her computer access. Mr. Lewis?
After we started, I got it, I think I told you at the special meeting, we got an email that she was finished with the audit that was behind. And she wanted to know if she could be allowed to start on the next audit. I contacted Anita. She had told you guys several times some deadlines that didn't get met.
All right.
Contacted Anita. Anita said, we need to stop because we're spending the townspeople's money. We need to stop now. So we had the meeting, we stopped that. I would recommend that you accept that resignation because we didn't get We didn't get our audit. We've been trying. I've been pushing, and I've talked to the former bookkeepers. I've been pushing since last October. So we should already have had it done.
Well, everything's not done for the audit yet, so.
No, the auditor actually is here, Jackie. She has been tremendous in trying to work with us to get what she needs to complete the audit. Jackie's right there. We've done audits with her in the past. Everything was clean.
But we need to.
We got to get
address this.
everything she needs to complete that audit, and it wasn't happening.
Make a
Make a
motion.
I make a motion to accept Juana's resignation
And remove her access.
and remove her access.
Second.
A motion and second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Annette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 6, discussion action on hiring K Squared, K2 accounting as bookkeepers.
We had K2, K Squared, before we had Tawana. We had 5 years of good audits. They got everything. They're actually here as well. They come in, Karen come in the other day and got into the system and looked at some stuff where she can get us a quote so she can get everything cleaned up. I also told her that I had talked to Crawford about possibly cleaning stuff up. She said she believed that that's not necessary, that she can clean it up. When we had them before, I don't want to blow their head up, but they were outstanding. Everything was clean. Our audits were there. We got our audits done. Karen, I think, has actually been working with us for 5 years. Kim, the other lady with her, actually did one of our audits. And then they went into business together, so she could no longer do the audits. And when Jackie needs something, I don't mean if you guys want to speak, that's fine. When Jackie needs something, they get it. They have it pretty much set to her where she goes through her process and the audits. It's been really easy to deal with.
Very good working relationship. They do a great job. So
Yeah.
they make it easy.
So I actually would highly recommend that we re-engage with K2 and let her. She's in her pricing here. Karen, you or Kim, which one of y'all want to? Do you need to clean up what we got so far and catch up?
Yeah, so after coming in and looking at the general ledger, the 2021 audit that we had prepared and has already been done, I pulled financial statements to determine if there was any discrepancies there. There is. So someone has went back to 2021 and made entries, which has now made our beginning balances incorrect. So we will have to clean those beginning balances up. We actually did work all the way up until March of 2022, and then that's when the new people took over after that. There is discrepancies on our financial statements for the prior work that we did. And we did things like look at transfers every month and make sure they balance. We did things of making notes to make sure that the board had differences in budgets versus what they had. Anything outstanding like that was huge, like your repairs and maintenance, like say about food. We made notes so that way if Jackie had questions, we were right there able to be able to discuss those questions and let her know. So there is a little more cleanup than we anticipated. So we did have to change some numbers. You'll have 2 different quotes there. One, there'll be 3 different engagement letter type contracts that will show 2022 audit that still needs to be prepared, 2023 audit that still needs to be prepared, and a yearly service going forward. Then there's also another one that if you just wanted to engage with us for cleaning up 2022 audit and 2023 audit. So there's 2 different groups there on that. And I didn't know if you wanted to look, we tell you the pricing, or don't want to look at it. And then
Now,
let me know.
I want to ask this: the before when we had bookkeeping, there was the question of G-Works
Clean it
not
up.
communicating properly.
G-Works is fine.
G-Works is fine.
Yes, budgets can be put into G-Works, which then goes to your general ledger. The bank reconciliation does not communicate to the general ledger. what the bank reconciliation does is it just wants you to balance to the bank. Well, that's not a reconciliation. You have to balance back to the books. So we did do our own spreadsheet to make that balance back and forth, but the bank reconciliations were done. Everything in G-Works works fine.
So when we talked to G-Works, Alicia just talked to them a bunch about the stuff. We were told that the accounts should be reconciled daily by the bookkeeper. And they have not been reconciled since April.
So the bank reconciliation is usually done monthly. There is a reconciliation thing in G-Works that you can pull. It does its own reconciliation if there's any discrepancies, and it'll tell you there's a report out there that can be pulled. But G-Works are fine for us. We've never had any issues with G-Works at all whatsoever.
I have a question on, once the audit is done, how is it possible for somebody to go in and how are they going in and changing the numbers?
So you can go, in any software, you can go back in and make prior year changes. Even in our softwares, you can go back in. So someone would have to manually go in and make those journal entries.
I see.
And in G-Works, you can find those journal entries and you can either see who did them or you can actually just remove them. But we know where beginning balances start.
Okay.
Because we did the 2021 audit.
Yeah.
So we know those was good beginning balances. It was a good audit. And so we just got to take it back to that and then start working forward is what we
See if you
do.
can find where they changed.
Yeah.
So those journal entries are done by,
We would have to look at it. I don't know how it got out of balance, but I don't want to make assumptions, but we would just have to look at it and determine.
so can you report them who made those journals?
I would have to probably get more with G-Works and determine that, but I do know I can find those journal entries. The system is a great system. It works perfectly fine. Is there probably something out there that is thousands of dollars more? Yes, but the system works fine. It is not a system issue. If I did it for 5 years and we had clean audits, it's not a system issue.
And I doubt that they get it.
It says that,
I think there is some training there. Yes.
the numbers you have on here without continuing your service, if we keep if we do have keep you full service, what do these numbers go to?
So the ones that say, so there's the ones that say if you keep our service and you do it yearly,
Yeah.
those audit numbers is what goes with that. The ones that says if you don't keep our service fully, those numbers just go away.
Okay,
So that if you choose to keep us full service yearly,
I see.
then
Okay,
it's lower on your cost of getting the audits performed.
sure. Okay.
And I will tell you, in working with them, Paula was on the phone with Karen
Full service. that's
a lot,
how much they
and she
charge.
was always helpful.
Okay. Yeah. What was we in charge?
What were we, Johnny,
1900.
19?
So where the,
But
So it's gonna double.
it wasn't giving us
you
the
get their
it messed
monthly
up bad.
services, is that in
I
the
see
bottom?
that.
Or are
Here's
these
what-
fees just gonna be reduced?
Using
Yeah,
our
we get
services,
their
that's
monthly
what it is.
service. We get your monthly service, yeah, that's,
Sorry. I know some of this is very confusing, so I have a timeline here. So this is, the full service will start for 2024, so that will
No, it'll be
actually be, we
this.
need to start it.
Plus
With the
the
lump
rest of
there.
it.
No, we won't be
So
these.
that would be
This is
the
without service,
30,
but this is
yes,
with
50
service.
a month.
Okay.
So if you decide to stay with the
Okay.
full service, we dropped the 2022 audit down to 12,000.
About
And the
12.
only-
12?
Yes,
Okay, so it goes from 10 to
Yes.
12 for the
yes. And that
22,
is,
23.
we're gonna have to do the beginning balance cleanup, and then we will have to do what we already had cleaned up, and then go further. So there's not as much work on 2022 audit.
So the 22, 23 audit, what's the price on that?
That one is the 20,
Got
It's gonna go
25
from
you got
20,000 to 12,000 if you do their full service.
They'll give you a
yes.
discount.
Actually, this one, I think, goodness gracious, I'm sorry, now I'm all,
You got 25,000 on this one.
yeah. So 25 would be if you don't do our service.
But we pick the
Yes.
service up, what's that go
And-
to?
That goes down to 20.
20,000.
And the reason why that one is higher is because it is a full year
Full year,
of cleanup. We did not do anything on for 2023's audit. So that is a full year of
That
cleanup.
times 12.
This is for 2024.
So,
Going into
I'm sorry.
2024, it'll
Okay, so
be
this one's gonna be
$3,250 a month.
Yes, yes.
Okay, but you multiply that by 12.
Yeah,
it's
so
then the
36,000.
22 goes from 15 to
You're gonna
12
drop that
if you
to
do
20.
the service.
21,
That makes
22.
sense to you?
Yes.
Me too.
And it goes from 15 to 12.
So this would go to 12 and this would go to,
That one goes to
20.
20.
so that'd be 32,000 plus paying that every month.
And where does this come out of? The general fund?
Huh?
General fund? I mean,
What
have
did
to
we
get
pay you out of
fixed.
last time? General, split between general fund,
Split between,
utility and town general
And we
fund.
were actually on the payroll previously.
So when we have to have this done, we gotta get our audit squared away and get it done.
If you're on the payroll,
So
do we
the
take your taxes and stuff
21,
out?
22 will
You
go
did
from
previously,
15,000 to
yes.
12,000.
This you would not, because it's-
That way you don't have to
Go
pay
from
it.
25,000 to 20.
Right.
This you would not, it is contract, but
And then
I
this will be
started on
their
payroll when I
monthly
came in
fee for the new
2016.
services.
and then, so that's kind of just how they kept it whenever she came on board.
Would you rather be kept that way on payroll?
I think we're fine. I think we're fine on just doing a contract.
I was gonna say she got quiet.
I think,
Well, it's not just my decision, she is my business partner.
Contract.
yeah,
And not being on payroll.
well, they really,
Be less paperwork for our people.
And if you put us on payroll, you're paying payroll taxes on top of the contracted amount.
Yeah, be less work for our people if we just did a contract.
and they're really not employees.
Huh?
They're really not employees.
No,
They're really contractors.
service, yeah.
I would suggest, because your audit is what we got to get done.
Yeah, we're losing tax. on
We're
it.
going to start affecting our grants.
And your fuel tax.
And our fuel tax, yes.
So if you make a motion, you need to make a motion authorizing Roger to sign the contracts for this method.
I make a motion that we do accept the contract and have Roger's signature on it get the contract accepted
It comes out of two different accounts, correct, still?
It's split between utility and town.
and split between
Utility.
two accounts.
I'll second.
Be a contract, not employee. Do you have a second?
I did.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So Roger signed the method of contract in accordance with the discounted rates on going annually. Okay.
And the monthly for the new
And monthly
services.
service. They also will present you guys with each month your percentages.
What we have left for the year.
Yeah, because you can only, by law, only spend 90% of the previous year's revenue. They break that down for you in each department. So ready for vote?
We already,
Please.
first and second.
Ready for vote?
Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 7, discussion action on the audit.
So
Where's the audit at? You got hired.
So our auditor is here. She has, I've talked to her several times on the phone about what we need to get done. Basically, she wasn't getting it. And
She tried, but she didn't.
it was, yeah, so
So when do you guys think that you can finish with 22?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Wishful hoping?
It's never comes.
Is this a lot? There's a lot.
I know. Because, so if the reconciliations weren't done, we know we have a starting point. You know, we do have a starting point for 2022.
But you can get
Get
the GL
those
to them.
GLs back where we need to be. And we were just talking about it, about maybe figuring out some dates that we could just come and sit here. Because, well, right now with the system, it's desktop based. So we have to get here. We were paying $1,200 a year to be able to log in, but only one person could use the computer. And we would have to kick someone off. So what we were thinking is, we were just talking about coming one day to try a week, maybe to get 2022, knocked out. I'm not saying a week will finalize it, but at least get the trial balance good. Then we can start preparing financials for Jackie.
We can start coming here and getting the things we have to get in the
Yes.
system.
I can remember you sitting
Yes,
that right
yes.
here.
I was here lots of times. So, couple months,
Yeah, I was thinking by the end of December.
maybe by the end of December, sign it was knocked out, hopefully. I mean, we have tax obligations with other clients of payrolls and all of that type of stuff too, but we will do our best to try to knock it out in a couple months for you guys. That's what our deadline was prior, and we, said we would try to get it in a couple of months, so I'm gonna hope to stick to that. Late nights, we'll try.
And the
So,
hard thing for all of us is that then we're coming into tax season, so between like February 1st and April 15th,
it's crazy.
there won't be any
Yeah.
progress made.
that's what Crawford told me. He said, if you want to do it, it'll have to be tax season.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do have an employee, so we're gonna start trying to put her on some things for it, so that way while we're gathering all taxes, maybe she can do some of that, but she does keep some other things going into the office, so we're gonna try to put as many manpowers to get you guys caught up as fast as we can.
No,
We just can't make promises on,
she still has some of our stuff. Do you need that?
depends on what she has. I had bank reconciliations in there. I don't know if they're still in there or not, but I'd like to get those back. We have all of our prior records on any of that type of stuff, but we might need her information. And if it's yours, then she owes it back to you.
Right, she should return it.
She's got bank statements and stuff like that.
What action?
I don't know that you need to take any action.
No,
I appreciate them three being here.
Yes.
So people know we're trying to get the audit done, so.
Okay, item
So I just want to throw this, once they get that done, it's about a 6 week to 8 week turnaround from that. So it's not like, because that's when my work really starts.
Yeah.
I haven't really been able to.
Right.
I'll spend a lot of time, but haven't made any progress
I
on that.
understand. That's,
So no action on number 7?
All right. Number 8, discussion action on a $25.
Can you move that to the end? I remember seeing something about that in the statute. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to number 9. Discussion action on 911 center dispatch contract or have our town dispatch service.
you guys have here is my stack I made for you, Roger. Those contracts are in there. I spoke with the lady from the 911 center. She was asking if you were going to sign it. There has been talk about us getting its own dispatch service because of the expense. It's pretty expensive to use their dispatch. But right now, I don't know that you have a lot of choice because you don't want them to cut off dispatch service. Lower is not the more of you saying something that that's what you need.
Hey, I've never seen the contract, and I've discussed everything with me on it. But I think we need to, nothing else on the new contract for the process of the.
The only problem is if we don't sign that contract, they cut off 911 service.
Can they,
They
Yes,
did.
yes, they've done it before.
can they legally do it?
They did it before.
Well, it's
Somebody
a
got fired
contract,
though.
and
Huh?
it's already
Somebody
about
got
6
fired.
months.
Yeah.
That was
past due.
Adam.
Yeah.
They've
Adam
provided
caused that.
caused
services that
that headache. Yes.
haven't been paid for and haven't been agreed to. So, I mean, we're gonna,
But we're not the only place.
well, I understand, but I mean, still.
I mean, the training and so forth, but he told me that the places that did their own dispatching ended up having to go through there anyway to get a hold of and he said it's a fiasco. He said it's a nightmare because you end up losing the information you need to get the right people immediately. So I've done this a long time, and I've worked 2 different agencies.
June 3rd. Yeah, that's because it started on July 1st.
If we do
So it's
this,
5
we
months
do
past due.
a Warner
5 months.
regional
We need to get it
dispatch.
done, or we're gonna lose
They
it.
have to provide us all the equipment because that's part of the tax. Then from that point on, all the 911 calls will come through our center.
And you gotta have five people to man that.
You have what?
You have to have 5 people to man that 24 hours.
7 days a week.
We can't afford that right now.
And we're 5 months behind on this already.
That's why I say regional, because then we get the other small towns and I've talked to some of the fire departments, so they'd be willing to go with us.
It wouldn't just be Warner. It
I
would
see.
be, we're hoping to get like Weber, Gore, Orm.
But it's something that we could work on in the next year
Yeah.
until
No,
this
it
contract
can't
is
happen
taken
that
care
quick.
of.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think you have any choice on the contract.
I think we
Yeah, it
need
would
to
take a while
sign
to
that
set us
contract.
in a row.
Got to.
I make a motion
How
that
do
we
you
sign this
route those
contract.
calls to
I'll
this
second.
911 versus that
Mhm.
911?
She made a motion, I'll second for you to sign the contract.
So, yeah, I bet you would.
And for Roger to sign the contract.
For those that are, do what? For those that are
Get
interested,
everybody to sign the contracts. Get everybody to sign it.
Hey,
They can run all the rates up to these right here. That was up their projected budget.
what we're looking at dollar wise is,
why don't you look at what he's got?
Yeah,
This
I
is-
really need to look at that.
Hello, John. How you doing? In the greens where they're at now, the yellow's where they want to go. Look at the salaries on the green up here.
Yeah.
You read all that?
Mm-mm.
That's why
He's got it.
just go ahead and keep that copy. Or his copy. Keep his copy because it's going to be color coded.
Yeah, it's hard to see on
This
this.
is the salaries.
Corner is,
So we're wanting to do something different. Is that what you're wanting? Or what do we?
see,
Yeah, just- Why would they want our money if they want that money? Where's that money coming from? So right now, they have already hired 4 law firms to fight the fire departments. You
So
got the DA, which that's the only attorney they need. So they've got John Tyler Hammonds. They hired another law firm 6 months ago out of Oklahoma City. Now they just hired another one Monday to take care of it. They know this is going to affect them.
I didn't say
So
that.
so what are you asking us to do?
I'm just letting you guys know this is where the money is. They're wanting more money.
Good.
We got to find out
I need
where our
that
money's
job.
going and how they're spending it.
The supervisor makes $300,000.
They already took my fire department away. Now it's a county fire department. They ain't had a fire department since '96 when they lost. It's still the Title 11 is everything pushes to 19. You cannot be 19.
Correct. Yes, I've been in the fire department too. So what do we need? Something else?
Let me see that.
I don't understand.
Oh.
I'm so confused.
I remember.
our hands are tied the way this is though. You're letting us know what they're doing, but we can't do anything unless,
A
We got a
petition.
petition.
Okay.
We got a petition. We had 45 days from last month, and been 3 of us moved by ourselves, knocking on doors. I just give my copy. He's gonna print this off. This is a letter, this is from Judge King. Now remind everybody, Oklahoma's one of the 6
Okay,
states that
look,
anybody can go to.
I hate to be ugly, but he's not on the agenda and this isn't.
oh, yeah.
You have to have an attorney, fill it out. If you don't, Oklahoma.
well, what's your opinion when you sign this or not?
Well,
Wrong.
I like to
Okay.
apply for a
sir, you can't talk. You're not on the agenda. I understand where you're going, and I'm the one that has to sign this.
Okay.
One thing I'm asking for, Mayor, is to look into the feasibility of
Right.
of it.
Of changing it within, because we're 5 months behind, correct, on this contract?
Yes.
So in June, we can, if we
June
do,
30th.
we can
or
go
the
in and
agreement may be terminated terminated by either party upon 30 days written notice by one party to the other.
So in July, we could terminate this, or June, we could terminate this.
Well, it'll
agreement.
terminate itself on June 30, 2024. It ends that date and a new contract will have to be signed.
But I'd say you still have to pay it though. Don't you?
This,
Right now, you do.
Yeah. But if you guys can get,
Agenda for next month.
I just tell them to sign a contract.
If we could get this on the agenda for
Okay.
next month.
but
I
they're,
think we're running out by that time. We're gonna be happy, we get to have this done next week.
they're Title 19 fire departments. It's totally different from this contract and our fire department.
I'm a Title 11, but the county took that fire department over and now they're saying they're Title 19. They can't
Well,
be Title 19. Can't.
But the town of Warner can't fight that fight, is what I'm saying. I mean, I hate that and but we can't get involved in that fight.
Is there a statute for
I'm sorry,
that prohibits us from doing anything with this?
I can't hear you. I'm
Is there
sorry.
a statute that makes us where we cannot do that?
Where we can't fight their fight?
No, where we can't.
It's not only our fight, it's all the
Right.
Muskogee County firefighters. It's the whole county. No, it's not our fight. It's gonna be involved.
And several municipalities.
If they come into my town and take my fire department, wait, Warner will be next.
Well,
Has to
then
be
that's when
next.
Warner has to fight that fight.
We'll work it out.
So Danita, are our hands basically tied right now that we have to accept to do this contract?
pretty much. I put it off last year, signing it. For a while.
Okay, if you want to have immediate 911 services, then right now you have nothing available to you but these services that you have been using. And you have used 5 months of services from them that you have not yet paid for. And this contract says that services rendered from July 1st to June 30th are a total for the 12 months of $32,271.08. So in the event that it goes up or they charge you more or whatever, and some provision has been made for your own 911 call center, you can give them 30 days notice and terminate this contract. But right now, you haven't done anything to obtain your own 911 call service, and you haven't got any quotes from anybody else that has a 911 call service to use their services. And your citizens need emergency
911
services.
But
So
we can, if we decide to change this up, we can give them a 30-day notice before the contract is up.
that's what it says.
Right.
Under duration and termination, this agreement may be terminated by either party upon 30 days written notice by one to the other party.
Is there a penalty?
Does not have a penalty. There's no penalty in the contract.
Good question.
Payment must be made for services rendered for all months used in the fiscal year upon termination.
That's $2,600 a month,
Used is the operative word.
$26.66.
So can we redo this motion to further check out different 911s, sign this contract now, but do further investigation on different 911 services?
Okay, so based on the agenda item, you can make a motion similar to this. you approve Roger signing this contract as written and to pay the 5 months that are due out of what fund?
Which is $13,000.
I think, well, it's from the fire fund and the police fund, because the fire has been using county funds and police have their own, so it's been coming out of their accounts.
And also you authorize whomever to start researching new contracts with other 911 agencies and or setting up your own 911 call center and getting quotes for that.
Okay.
Might want to make a motion.
I make that motion that we do, I'm not gonna remember all that, but to where we can
Do on the new.
do what we need to do, and if we need to avoid the contract within 30 days, we can do that and further and see what else services are out there.
So
Second.
what I got is, Roger signed a contract as written, authorized looking for other agencies and get quotes for our own service.
Plus paying the 5 months, we need to pay the 5 months that we have used this service for. And then just pay month to month after that until we figure out if
That's
we're
out
going
of,
to do
out of
that.
police and fire.
And do month to month until we figure out what we're gonna do with this service.
Okay,
For 5 months, looks like it's, 13,300.
all right. Further discussion? Now, I'll throw this out there just for food for thought. If we take the $32,271 and divide that equally among our meters that we have, basically 1,000, it would cost everybody in the town $2.75 each for 911 service, which is what we may have to go through.
I agree.
I was thinking Cross did that at one time.
Good idea.
You know, I hate to put that out there, but you know, somebody's got to pay for it.
How many of those are not in town meters?
I don't know.
And would they also be charged on that 911 if they're on town?
Probably they would
They
get
would be
get
using
the
the
service
services
anyway.
also.
Also,
Yeah. So, but anyway, all right. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes.
Did we figure out number 8, Danita?
No.
No.
Okay.
Move on. One out there.
Let's go ahead and go on to 10 while you're looking it up. Okay. Go to number 10. Discussion action on park hours, getting signs with park hours, security cameras at the park, and making repairs on the bathroom facilities at the park.
Okay, the grant is moving along finally. Roger has submitted a couple of things to start getting a notice to proceed. We now have to give some specifications as to what type of equipment we are going to use. I have a call into this company here. Supposed to call back. They don't have to be exact. You guys will make the final decision on exactly what we buy, but we got to get some of the specifications for the bid packages. And then on the security cameras, I called one place that wanted $37 to give us a bid. So I got with Granger, and I think there may be some stuff in your file there. Granger and another company had cameras that we could buy and put up and maintain ourselves. Also, I contacted ADT. They haven't gotten back with me yet. They keep sending me emails, but they don't ever make a commitment.
But we could buy the cameras at Granger, or I found some online that were relatively inexpensive. I thought they may be in your package, but there wasn't a great deal of money. I think maybe $500 for like 3 cameras, and it's different. I don't know if it's in there. Yeah, that's right there, is it? I think. But on the bathrooms, talk to Roger about this. You can contract that out if you want, or if you want, I'll do it and save you some money from keeping contracting it. We'll just go to Lot Supply and buy whatever parts we need. The gates are now, the doors are now secured with steel gates, so we can start proceeding on fixing the facilities up. So either way you want to do it, if you want to get a contractor, I can get you the price, or I can do it and I just make my wage.
I have a question about that. How come you guys gated off the fence line with no first-class persons?
Not on the
To
agenda.
keep people out at night, because when the vandalism.
Before the site is open.
Huh?
Before the site is open, park's not secured.
We're discussing that now.
The front side, everything's supposed to be locked up.
Yes.
Police,
So we initially asked that we have a sign stating the actual hours, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. because we were getting calls out hours of the evening and early morning for either the gate to be open or the gate to be shut. And then we have an instance where we had violators that were jumping over the fence and in there. So this will help with code enforcement if we have an actual time on there that they are able to be in there.
yeah, the gates, matter of
The
fact,
gates are supposed to be closed. There's only supposed to be one access, which is off of 64, the main road. The other ones are always locked. So if anybody needs to enter or exit the park during open hours, they will enter and exit off of that one gate area.
because I
Just
went
for
down and,
traffic control in the park.
Yes.
yeah, I went down and mowed the other day and everything was locked except for that front gate.
Right. And that's how it's supposed to be. And you want the hours from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.? Or what about, do we have, this is me just talking, do we have people there walking any earlier than that?
No, not that I've seen.
I think
And
winter,
You could even, just figure kids should be home.
We
by
could do
7
winter and summer hours.
yeah, I think we need winter and summer hours. 'Cause
Winter and
during the
summer,
summer,
because your
it's 10
summer,
I know
Lights
that,
go down.
I know Gore Park, like they lock theirs up, but it's 10 o'clock at night during the summer.
so we could have winter, like during the winter, I mean, it's dark by 5:30.
Right.
You know, you could just, like I said, have winter and summer hours on there and that could
You
be
did 7
posted.
to 7, that way if they didn't want to walk after dark, they could, but it'd be locked up.
Right. For the winter, do 7 to 7, but summer should be longer because it's
Right.
dark. Well, I have dusk to dark out there already posted. It's already posted dusk to dark.
No people in.
That you got some people that probably work, won't walk after you go off.
So if you do winter, like your winter hours is 7 a.m.,
To 7,
7 to 7, and then your summer hours would be
7 to 10.
7 to 10. That
That's
work?
dark.
I think that's what Gore
Huh?
Park is.
Doesn't it get dark at 9 o'clock?
9:30. But it's dark at 5:30 and you still have the,
If you got
Still
people
7.
working, they can still walk 7 o'clock. It's lit up there,
All the lights are working now.
as far as I know.
Sometimes teenagers and stuff still go play as long as they're not disrupting.
Disrupting.
And if the lights are, they're OG&E, so if there's any lights out, we need to.
call OG. There's this. So there's several, so we could do the hours, winter hours are 7 to 7, summer hours are 7 to 10 p.m. and that can be posted on the sign. Security cameras,
I ask you to approve probably about $500.
500 on security cameras.
Well, it says 189 a piece, the 3 of them's gonna be $600.
Okay, so do
Six.
7.
Yeah, I
700.
think 700.
Okay. Or what about your signs?
Are you gonna do the signs? We just get you the materials?
Yeah, if you guys pay for the materials, I'll donate my time to doing the signs. And then the bathroom repairs.
Yeah, that could be, I want to say probably, the last time I think that it's been a while since we did it 3 years in a row and it get tore up a couple of days. If you want me to do it, just approve me doing it. If you want me to get a contractor, then, I'll get you some prices.
I mean, the bathrooms right now are locked and secured, correct? Right
Yeah,
now,
they got
nobody can
steel
get in them
gates.
or anything like
Yeah.
that. I mean, why don't we wait? My opinion is wait and see what this grant, and maybe some of that grant money could go toward that, can't that?
Well, no, because it's not in the scope of the
Okay,
grant.
okay. I didn't know. I mean,
Yeah, no, we just need to get it fixed.
And then do we need our security cameras? So at the next meeting, we need to put on there to figure out what equipment we want on the next month's meeting? Because we
Yeah,
it's
well,
not
I
on
mean,
here
if
to
you,
discuss.
if you can, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give her specifications of what we're looking at. And then you guys will approve what exactly we buy. This is just for her bid packet.
Okay.
So you want me to fix the bathrooms? You want me to get a contract?
I don't know if you can fix them.
Fix it, I'll help you. Whatever we need to do.
Okay. Yeah. I'll supervise.
Yeah, you get clean up. Roger's clean up, man.
What has to be fixed in the bathrooms?
We don't know. It's just destroyed.
Yeah.
And they
And
got
I
it,
know they caught them on fire a month ago.
they got them they got it in the mechanical room. And so it's going to be those are pressure flushometers. So probably every one of them is going to have to be replaced. Water lines to the sinks. We'll just
I mean, how often,
How
I'm not
often-
trying to be negative, but how often do we use these bathrooms? We don't use them anymore, really.
How often have you had to repair and replace because of destruction?
I repaired them 3 years in a row and they were destroyed 2 to 3 days later.
What happens if you just tear them down?
Well, what would be the feasibility of porta potties?
We can do that. I mean, we've talked about tearing them down.
I just tear them down.
But
I mean, we don't use them as right now, and every time they're open, they get destroyed. You know, I mean, we could, it might,
Putting steel doors on them.
you know, I
But
don't know.
they're been tore up during the nighttime though.
Mhm.
They're not.
Well,
And maybe
I
the-
did catch some girls walking out the other day and one was hiding her face. And I looked over and the door was open.
And our camera's gonna make a big difference in that.
Yes.
So
the camera.
And the gates.
You
I hate
just-
to
you
see it
just-
tore apart. I mean, that,
Yeah,
that's
you
a
just
lot of
spent
money.
good money on gates to fix them.
Right. I don't.
Can we wait and postpone like fixing the bathrooms until our cameras are up? Or what do you-
Mr. Hunt has his hand.
Sure.
I mean,
I can tell you who the people who did that because my cameras on the apartment sketches.
well, thanks for telling us.
You not calling the police on that?
Teenage girls that live in one of my apartments.
Well, then why are we not taking
You
care
didn't
of
call
that?
the police on that?
I have called the sheriff. They have not came out. I have spoke with their parents and informed them that they need to stop doing that. But she informed me that that is not my property, so I can't say nothing about it. But I did tell them that I can't have you guys evicted.
You got
for
a, you got a last name?
Me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do.
okay. I mean, of the,
Back to our deal.
Of the people?
Yeah, that's different. We gotta go back.
Sorry about that.
to me,
Okay.
Okay.
Well, we're talking
Let's-
about juvenile, wait.
the parents on.
We're talking about juvenile crimes here.
Why
so-
is the,
But their
why are
parents
you not
responsible
calling
for
the
juvenile.
police department instead of the sheriff's department? I mean, we do have a police, why are you not calling the police department? We do have a police department now instead of the sheriff.
You want
That's
my
in the
honest
city
answer?
limits.
You want my honest answer? I don't
No.
trust our local police department.
Well,
All right,
That's
let's
back
go
on.
on.
Let's go on.
Yeah, no, let's go.
Make a motion, we get the signs made.
Yeah, okay.
Make a motion, we get the signs made, the cameras, ordered.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Who made the second? We should never call them.
You're not gonna give up the name to me of somebody that's destroying Warner County property?
Please call roll.
Okay.
Jeanette,
yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes.
He
Item
don't trust the
passes.
police, but he won't tell about crime.
Item 11, discussion and action on removing dead trees on the town property at the park.
Yeah, the park's got, I think, 4 dead trees out there. I just soon dig them up
Yeah.
instead of cutting them down and
agree with
doing the, we got some dirt, we can fill it in. And I think there's 4 out there. And then those crepe myrtles outside of town.
That way,
Yeah,
that
never
die-
really,
that
never
they never
really
come
come
back.
back.
because somebody sprayed them.
Yeah.
Where are
So,
these at?
On the way by the nursing home,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
stretch there,
Oh, okay.
The median.
they were sprayed with weed killer.
Yep.
so I just asked it because they're, like I mowed the other day to kind of hopefully be the last mowing of the winter, tidy up for the winter, and dead limbs are falling. We've had several trees fall. And then when they fall, the kids are out there playing on what's fell over. So for safety matters and looks, I'd like to be able to take those trees out.
I make a motion that you go ahead and remove their.
You got somebody with their hand up.
I was just gonna say that I have some dirt. I will donate if you wanna come get it.
Good deal.
Seriously.
All right.
That
Second,
we remove
Have
the.
motion second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item 12, discussion action on adding ordinance 379-21 for abandoned and unsafe pools. What can we do on that?
Okay, so I've been going through doing code enforcement. I viewed some abandoned above ground pools. I don't know if anybody knew, but Bush put in effect of GVB. So there is an Oklahoma code that we're not abiding by. It prevents tragedies. We
Fenced
have
yards.
animals in the area. People don't properly disband their pools down or cover them. So it can be an infant, it could even be elderly, it could be an animal, for instance. So there's a bunch of pools that are up and possibly it would cause a tragedy. We'll say 1 minute, your brain cells are dying. 3 minutes, you've already got a lasting effect. 5 minutes, you're most likely gonna be on a ventilator for the rest of your life. So these are the things that we need to look at. So I'm asking to put that in the code enforcement, so they need to either secure their above or underground pools or remove them.
Can that be an ordinance?
Well, yeah, do you have an ordinance from somewhere that you've
I don't,
seen?
other than we can go off of the one for the state. But yeah, through OMAG, we can get one, or we can just adopt the state ordinance.
That's something
Which
you
is
want to look
basically
into,
along the
Danita?
same line as the 4 foot, the fences within
Right.
the 4 inches wide on the fence screws that have an automatic locking hinge on there. It's under the same code.
thank you.
I mean, you have some pools that are above ground and they're halfway down and there's standing water in them. It only takes a second for a kid to escape from the house and the parents looking for their child thinking they're playing in the pool, and they're out there already, suffering in the water.
Go ahead, Danita, you have a question?
Well, I can, rewrite the state ordinance into a town ordinance. I just don't know what 379-21 is unless
It's in our book, in our code book.
And the town of Warner Code.
Town of Warner Code. We just need to add that to that section.
Well, I think we need to write a new one
Okay.
under the section that's in.
Okay. Do you want to take
So I
care of
table
that?
that until she can do it.
Yeah, we can table and
Yeah,
have, or table and have Danita write up our ordinance and bring it to the next meeting? Okay. Make that a motion.
Table to
Or table,
December.
yeah.
Okay, we have motion, second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item
Does that not fall under unsafe structures? That
It probably isn't a structure under the
On this
definition.
company.
I mean, a pool is.
Yeah, let me read it. first.
Okay.
I'll have
Like
to
some
read
of
this.
this, it's almost like some of these abandoned houses that are left.
Yeah, I'll have to read the statute.
Item 13, discussion action on opening seal bids for the dump truck.
One of those is old, before we actually asked for sealed bids. So make sure the dates on them are correct.
There is no
Please.
date. This one is from Bill Rasky. He just put his in though.
He
Here's
put in
another
two.
Huh?
He put in two.
He put into, okay, we got Bill Rasky for the Kenworth at $8,026.
Done Ford for $77.50.
Do what?
Done Ford for $77.50.
And then here's another one. I don't get why he put two bids in. But Bill Rasky offered $7,500 for the 1989 Kenworth dump truck.
So the 82 is the new one. That one I've had forever on my desk. The,
There's no date on this. except
There's no dates on any of
The
them.
date will be on the envelope, and I can't read it.
We didn't use the receipt
September
set when
12th.
they were taking in.
No,
yeah.
no receipt, no nothing.
The higher bid is his last bid. Correct, Dan?
Yes.
How much was it?
$8,026.
26. All right.
And that's bigger than dump Ford's, right? Dump Ford's was 78.
Yeah, 77.
Okay, do we want to
I
accept
mean, he's
that?
got two, so I make a motion, we accept the $8,026 one from Bill Rasky.
Okay. Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second discussion, seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 14, discussion action on moving the F-150 from the town code enforcement back to the police department.
RASKEY.
Part-time police officer is handling code enforcement.
Are you wanting that truck? Are you needing that truck? 'Cause
I make a motion, we send it back to the police department.
But you're not gonna use, you're gonna use it, it's not gonna be for code enforcement though, right?
Please. Who seconded that, please?
Tony,
Who seconded? Who made the motion?
Jeanette?
I made
I didn't make the
I
motion.
made the motion.
Oh, you did? Okay.
We have a second.
Second?
Did you second?
No, what?
Yeah.
So you seconded it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discussion, seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 15, discussion action on funds to be used for asphalt overlayment until REAP reimburses the town.
So the REAP grant is a reimbursement grant. It's $100,000. We've done really well with money, despite what was said. You have $650,000 in general fund, and then you have 154. I had you a sticky somewhere. 154,000 in infrastructure. Basically, what I would do is I would take the infrastructure money, buy the asphalt. I talked to the county commissioner yesterday. He said as soon as we get that done, he hopes to start within a week.
Yeah.
And
And I did drive around with him and look at the streets and stuff like that, and starting with what, Fifth Street? I
Yeah.
think.
Fifth Avenue, yeah.
Fifth Avenue, sorry.
What I would pull it from infrastructure. As soon as we get that bill in from the asphalt plant, we will submit it to REAP and REAP will put that money back in our account. So it's just money I asked EODD if we could do it any other way, and he said no. So I would use infrastructure because that's what infrastructure is.
I'll make a motion, we use the infrastructure
I'll second.
to asphalt and get reimbursed by the grant.
For how much?
100,000.
100,000 from infrastructure.
Okay. I'll second it.
I already seconded.
No,
it.
do-
Now, finally, you second something and then.
Gotcha.
Please call roll.
Yeah, yeah.
You got him going now.
Infrastructure for asphalt. Jeanette?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 16, discussion action on giving the code enforcement officer a log into the G-Work system.
Basically, that was a code enforcement or a police officer. I put code enforcement because she was needing some stuff with Hannah, and I'd like to have, and I think I talked slow about it. Didn't I talk to you about it? I didn't. I'm sorry, don't beat me. We'd like, because that way she come in and put in tickets and she can do all the stuff on G-Work. The code, on the code enforcement stuff. Yeah, I'm sorry, I thought I talked to you about it. Right now, she would have to log in under somebody else's name. She needs her own login.
Yeah, I make a motion that we allow Holly to be into the G-Work system.
Second.
Have a motion, second. Discussion, seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette made the motion?
Yes.
Okay. Jeanette?
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 17, discussion action on sidewalk to Connor State College.
I see so many people walking up and down the road that there's a lady that is actually blind that is walking up and down the road with a cane.
I can see her yet.
Yeah, she's walking up and down the road with a cane, and somebody's going to get hit if we don't do something. Yes. Yes. And when she's walking, you've got this college students walking back and forth. I understand there's things under the ground, but there's got to be some way to kind of do some streets or something to keep our college students safe.
We're doing the same thing on Zenith.
Yeah.
All of them parking.
The Zenith needs to have one. I mean, there's a couple of spots that somehow we need to see if we can figure out how to get some streets
At one
or
time-
sidewalks.
At one time, there was a community access grant that could have been utilized, giving the college access to the community.
So,
And the thing that they determined, am I speaking out
No,
of
go ahead.
order?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no.
At that time, it was determined that because of the utility easements, they couldn't be put on that side of the street.
Well, why couldn't they be put on the other side?
And the people on the other side of the street would not sign for a sidewalk easement on their property. That's what happened.
And now we have fiber optics that now just ran through there, and
On the
nobody
other
had to sign
side of
anything.
the street.
Yep.
Are they on the opposite side?
Yes, it's on the opposite
So
side.
there's easement on both sides now.
Yeah.
so about
Me
3 or 4 years ago, there was a safe passage to schools grant that we did not get. We were not able to get that grant maybe 5 years ago. Basically, what it was is it was going to cost about $300,000 because the entire sidewalk had to be elevated and sectioned to remove each section, because all down that road on the north side is fiber optics, and I think on the other side is water and gas. So if
And
you
I
do,
believe cable too.
yes, and if you do it, it has to be an elevated dock and or sidewalk, and it has to be in sections, so you can pull each section out. It was about $300,000 before.
How many kids have been hit on College Road?
Nobody, but that doesn't mean
Strike
there
that
isn't
one.
going to be somebody.
Well,
I mean, I just seen that handicapped girl walking down the road today. So,
It's been going on for years.
mhm.
On for years, they raised up and down,
Do what?
they raised up and down College Road, because you haven't seen it, Tony.
Do what?
Yeah.
I said, yeah, because you haven't seen it.
I didn't say nothing.
No, okay.
What did I say?
okay.
Okay.
My concern is, like she said, that people wouldn't sign to allow an easement on their property. I mean, the yards on that street, a lot of them, like mine included, are not very big at all. So
And
we
then we have the
basically be having to donate a, pretty good chunk of our yard, which like some people are fine with that, some people aren't, and rightfully so, because, they, that's a pretty good little chunk of land, especially if their yard is wider, because mine isn't that wide. But, so is there any way for any kind of compensation or anything like that to, like an incentive?
Like by the piece of land.
You don't have to lose them.
Anyway.
Sorry.
Well, you just increased the $300,000. for the compensation, you know?
Well, and that was
And
probably
that
5
was,
years
yeah,
ago.
at least
That-
5.
Yeah, you elevate that, and then you're gonna have weed eating and all that still going on.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like trying to offer to buy
Yeah,
like a chunk of people's property.
it would just add to the $300,000.
Yeah, because like I admit, like although I like, yeah, I would love to donate to do a sidewalk and stuff, you know, like feasibly, like I already pay taxes and stuff, so I wouldn't want compensation
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, I understand. So, but anyway, that's kind of where we're at. So, you want to take no action at this time? Maybe look at it a little more.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we need to vote on that? No action. Okay.
Do we need to, did you figure out number 8, Miss Danita?
Yeah.
Oh.
Before we forget that one.
You know, there are a lot of kids on skateboards at night, and when they're out there at night, I stop my talk. and I talk.
Okay.
I'm old.
Item number 8, discussion action on $25 gift card for Thanksgiving bonuses for employees.
Go ahead, Danita.
Okay. So I knew I had read this in the ordinance.
Quiet, please.
I don't want anything to happen to you.
I know I'm skateboarding at night.
Do you have any reflector tape on it or on your back?
I'm not out there at night. And I watch out for the vehicles, so if I see them coming, I know most of them see me, so I move.
But you're not a child.
No.
Yeah, got it.
There are children out there that are.
Okay. We need to
Okay,
go
I
on.
almost hit one the other night. I'm sorry.
Okay, so in reference to number 8 on the agenda, I knew I had read this, so I went back and found it. So according to the state statute, anything that is given in addition to people's pay or whatever, I hate even saying this, but I gotta tell you this. I have to
Right.
give
I'd
the
rather,
advice.
yes.
So if municipal employees receive a Thanksgiving or Christmas bonus, a turkey, a ham, or whatever, it has to be considered compensation or figured as income for reporting purposes under state and federal laws. Even though it's a non-cash item, it must be recorded as a real part of one's salary.
Right.
Stipend, yeah.
So a stipend.
No, I mean, it just reported as income.
Yeah.
But it's up
So are they
to
given
them.
like, is it a gift certificate that you're giving it, or is it a check that is given to them, or what
It's
is
gotta
it?
be recorded on payroll.
On
Yeah.
payroll?
Yeah.
Whatever value it is, you still have to report it in their income is the whole point, because you're voting to spend public funds.
Okay.
So you really can't give gifts to anybody.
Correct.
So it's
It
part of
can't
their
be called a
pay.
gift card.
Well, I mean, you can call it a gift card if you want to call it a gift card, but it's still in addition to their pay.
Right.
And it has to be reported as additional
It's just
income.
$25. We'll all make more than that. Put it down a little, let's roll on. I mean, seriously, you're splitting hairs.
Well,
Big not dead horse, it's $25.
I love you.
And I don't mean to be rude, but it's just $25.
No, I love you.
well, but I mean, my job is to
Right,
keep
and I
them
know, and I'm
legal.
not, but I'm just saying it's $25. It ain't no problem with me.
Well, in my opinion, I'd like to see it raised to $50, just add it to their payroll.
I'm trying to get like.
I'm not running for it.
Reported as income. That's what.
I make a motion that we do $50. Stipend or gift, can't be
Gift
called a
card.
gift.
And it has to be
Extend
reported.
money for their Thanksgiving bonus for all employees.
Okay.
I'll second it.
There's number 8.
$50. Okay.
We have a motion to a second. And a second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 19, discussion action on archive social bid for,
18.
what?
18.
Okay.
Oh, all right, sorry. 18, discussion action on community center workers, Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday leave.
They get 2 days just like we do, and they get it at their discretion, but you guys have to approve it. So we put it on every month. So I just ask you to approve 2 days for each holiday at their discretion.
Make a motion, we approve 2 days for each holiday.
Okay. Second, I'll second it. Discussion, seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. 19, discussion action on archive social bid for retaining social media information.
I gave you paperwork there. This is something I probably would pass over to Danita because they're the ones that are saying that that social media is getting like, if you have a website that you have to retain the information, have the ability to retain the information. That the cases he gave me was in like Ohio and somewhere else that may not be Oklahoma's law. I don't know. But they give us a bid. What they would do is they would basically be like ImageNet. They would store our information. And
And store what information?
anything, any activity we'd have on our Facebook page, they would store it. And that way, if somebody come down the road 6 months or 6 years later and try to file a lawsuit against the city or against the town, they could recover that information for you.
Do we really even have a social page?
Not really. And I think that I don't even know that we really need to do. I would let Danita take a look at it.
I say we take no action on that.
Well, I say we table it and let Danita research it for us.
It's in that table. Tony, you
So-
seconded it.
Rita hates social media.
Okay,
Do I have a second?
did you second it?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought I'd make a motion.
Please call roll.
Table.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 20, discussion action on putting safety lights on the street department truck.
I think they're there, but they don't work right. So was it $1,000? Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're gonna put a rack in. Well, we could use it for magnets for our antennas and stuff, because them trucks are loaded.
I got aluminum for it. I make a motion, we take care of the safety lights.
I'll second. But not to exceed 1,000.
I would just say, I just say do it.
Do it.
$1,105.
Just I'll put a approved quote.
Yeah. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 21, discussion action on storm sirens and base station.
Wait, we missed number 22.
21.
Well, 21.
21.
Oh, my bad.
I would just table that. I found the emergency management application today and I talked to Cherokee Nation. And I'm gonna ask them if we could change the scope, but it's not on there for sirens, so you can't do it.
Okay.
So I just table that.
Table or no action?
I would table it because I'm gonna see if Cherokee Nation will let us switch the scope.
Okay.
So I have a motion.
Yes.
Got a second?
I'll second.
Discussion, seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 22, discussion action on exterminating services for the town property.
We got 3 quotes. One was from Orkin, which was thousands. 3,000.
Good.
3,000. We got one from
Bowden was 185, I believe, and we got one from Travis Drake was 170.
He's with
A
all,
month,
he's
or how does that
a
work?
month.
Per
A
month.
He's with Allstate. He's taking care of the schools now, so he's local.
The ones for 170 with Allstate.
170, yes.
Waiving initiation fees and all kinds of stuff for us.
And he's on. He said it'd be emergency. Any additional calls is not extra. So you need extra spray or something, he'll take care of it. So
And that's Allstate, you said.
yeah,
correct?
I make a motion that we contract with Allstate.
For 175 a month.
170.
170 a month. One second.
Have motion, second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette seconded?
Yes.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 23, discussion action on purchasing, switching to Otis system for the police department.
That's the estimated cost on it. I know it would come in cheaper than that.
What is Otis?
From New World to Otis.
It's offender
It's
and, or
Data
database.
information system.
Offender data information system.
It's just actually where they do background on somebody gets arrested and stuff like that.
Oh, that's what it stands for?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting old, I can't hardly hear.
Yeah, it says it on the paper, I can understand
I
it.
didn't know what we were using.
Offer data
That we're
information
using the
system.
thing that
New World.
Muskogee PD and Muskogee County Court gives us. The reason for the wanting to change is under our existing system, we still have to go in and upload all of our reports into the cyber system, which is the federal UCR deal. And if we're on Otis, we don't have to, we just upload it into it out of our system.
What's the cost of the old one? Do you know?
Real close.
The same.
I don't know what the monthly breakdown is on the new world. I don't know.
So it's
But I know the actual setup
$7,900.
cost was about the same.
7,900.
It's actually probably going to be more like 72 or 73.
So is this already set up in your budget for the the other one?
No, I'll take care of this through my grant.
Okay.
So he's got that 50,000.
So this is a one-time deal?
Yes,
The
there's a
$7,900?
$1,500 annual. That's it.
Okay.
But
So you get,
what they do is they bring me a server.
Okay.
I can get there's two different types. There's a tower rack. I don't have a big enough tower for that, and it's like 9,000. They'll bring me a desktop tower server, and that's all it's used for, is just like a server. And then on this one, we can have that on each computer in the office and in the units, to where like under the new world, you have to buy so many licenses.
Mhm.
And they've got them for the tablets, but there's only one computer in the PD that you can do your reports on.
So this would share all of it?
Yeah.
and then once this is paid, then you say it's 15 what?
Annually, $1,500.
$1,500 annually.
Make a motion, we purchase a Otis system
Out of their grant money.
out of their grant money, yes. 7,900.
Do you have to pay the 7,900 and the 15 now, or how does that work?
It'll say on there, I think that's included.
Are you talking?
One time pays
50,000?
3,500.
Yes.
Did you
At least
find out the scope
14
on that?
Travel installations one time.
Everybody I've talked to says there's no
12 months before.
stipulations.
$110 a month.
110, that makes it
That'll be
15.
$150 a month, something like
Can we put down?
Do they prorate this to the end of the year, or how they do that on the,
I think they do, if I remember.
because it says something about prorate
You're right.
We'll just
reflects year one,
Stipulation.
7/1 to 6/30, okay.
Yes.
Provided it's.
So they would prorate it till
Yeah.
7/1.
do what?
add that. Want to make sure that we can do that through the Cherokee grant.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So we'll need to table this until next
What?
month.
No,
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 no.
you can just make a stipulation
Oh,
in
Okay.
your,
that
That
if
it's
he,
motion.
approved,
if it's approved through the
conditioned
chair,
upon it being,
approved through the
Okay.
chair.
Action and purchasing upon approval of the grant
Yeah.
writer or the grant people. Cherokee Nation.
Make that motion.
Good second.
yeah.
Yeah. Tony,
Who made it?
I made the motion.
you made a
Did you
motion.
second it?
I'll second. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 24, discussion action on purchasing OLEX terminal.
The OLEX terminal is the Oklahoma Law Enforcement Telecommunication System. It's a system that we use to run tags, driver's license, enter stolen property, put out bolos, all that kind of stuff. And it's these, we have it on our unit, our tablets. These on I need this back. The full access terminal is $350 a month.
Each or for all of them?
Huh?
Each or for all of them?
That'll be, I think, it shows here. We'll have one terminal that in the office does that. Then we'll have $5 a month extra for each terminal or unit. And then it's that much a month for the computer to get dispatched.
So they don't have a OLEX now?
We have to go through that one.
Oh. So that's a keying up of a mic, so that's a charge?
Yeah. And we can eliminate a lot of that. They just do it for
Where we were, I kind of heard a little bit, it's hard to hear. But we're
So
keying
now-
up on the mic, we're being charged every time they get keyed up on the mic.
Yeah.
This will eliminate being charged every time you key up on the mic, correct?
Well, we'll see the charge.
Well,
every
when they're
time, but we
running a
won't have to
tag
key up.
or
We
somebody's
won't have to go
license or
through
whatever,
that for all of it.
they'll do it themselves on their computer in the car.
Instead of keying it up. And it's how much? $350 a month?
For the terminal, and then there's a $5 per tablet or per computer that you have it on. We'll just have it on the one and then in the units.
So
there'll
you're
be
looking
6,
at, you've got
7.
4 or 5 units, so you're looking at $25 more plus the $350 a month?
Plus
Yeah.
25 for the server, so it's gonna be about $400 a month. So that's gonna be almost $5,000 a year.
And what are we being charged every time y'all key up?
I've never seen a contract.
Well, the
So I have
contract
to-
doesn't say it. Look at that thing right there. Yeah,
This,
that long sheet.
Oh. that's what they're wanting. Charges $32,000.
But if we do this, does it get rid of that?
No.
Well, not
But it'll
totally,
cut it
but
down,
it'll
it'll
cut
cut
some
down
of
the
them out.
cost, correct, of some of this?
Cut key, yeah.
Cut some of it out.
That table later, the 911 and our dispatch, if it does that will cut that down. Right?
Well, it's 5,000 a year, where would that come out of?
No matter if
It
it's
shows
budget,
to us.
Huh?
out of his budget.
Out of his
Out
budget?
of the
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah,
But it's not budgeted in there, correct?
I can cover the first part with the grant, I'm pretty sure. So it can be covered in that.
Until we do our budget again? Will the grant allow this?
Well, you can make it
Again, we'll
conditional.
check on it.
Yeah. make it-
Condition upon the grant?
Okay. We have a motion. Anybody make a motion on that?
So it's about $400 a month.
5,000 a year.
Yes.
And it should drop down this other cost that we're having to pay out.
I hope so.
I make the motion that we do it's terminal, and it should be $400 a month pending that if the grant allows them to do that.
I'll second. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 25, discussion action on remodel work at the police department.
What we're going to do is, Johnny said he thinks this has already been approved, but we're going to put it back on
We did.
to enclose the section of the garage. The evidence area is climate controlled and has a little space there for a desk, for evidence, here for the evidence stuff.
Yeah.
And then I guess we discussed before. What we did before.
And this would come out of your grant money?
I don't know.
Because we can't,
That's what I figured.
it's not in the budget,
That's what
so
I
it
was told
couldn't
up
come.
front, was that was what some of that.
How much grant money we got left?
Once you do all this, how much grant money do you have left?
All your grant money, man, what are you doing? Negotiate. Come
Okay.
But if it's not in our budget for you, it would have to be out of the grant, correct?
Right. It's not the budget, we can't do it.
Correct.
If I can't do it for grant, we can't.
But I mean, I know we did something about it a while back, but I don't remember when.
I wasn't here.
I thought that was where we were gonna turn something about the fire department into
Yeah, we
the,
talked
Yeah,
about switching.
it was
That
all a
that was
mess. And
before.
that's all I remember.
Yeah.
Man, talk about.
Yeah, the space in between, they wanted the space in between. I don't think we talked about the garage at all. I don't remember that.
You don't have any pricing or anything on that, right?
No, I asked Johnny yesterday, who around here does it.
Did we table it?
Yeah, I think we need to table it till we get further information on what the cost would be to remodel.
Yeah, we can get with Chris Lockhart.
Is that gonna be open bid stuff?
Yeah, but you have to get 3.
3 bids.
You can get an initial kind of like where you're going to go with it. So you have specifications for everybody to go. You're bidding on the same thing.
You know, apples to apples.
You can mount that deer.
I don't know what you're talking about, lady.
Oh,
So who made the motion table?
I made a motion to table it.
Second. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 26, discussion action on switching cellular and hotspots to Verizon government program.
That also for the police department or for our phone?
Who's this for?
Please.
There was some talk about doing some different things with the hotspots and stuff we use for tablets and for the cell phone. And what the Verizon government does, I've been on it before. You get, everything's totally unlimited. It's kind of like what they was AT&T first responder, FirstNet. And you have priority calling and stuff during emergencies and disasters. It never slows down. It is truly totally unlimited data and everything.
What do you have now?
Been trying to find that out. I guess it's US Cellular, yeah. If I'm sitting in my office, it's hard to work. So,
Do you know if Verizon works
Yeah.
here?
yeah, my personal phone's Verizon. The hotspots, we've got 3 that work. Yeah, there's 3. 3 that work, and then the rest of them's broke. It's something we need to replace.
And where would this funds come from to do this?
Well, you're already paying for them.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
We're
can
paying
you,
for
can
hotspots
whatever
and
this is, can we we decide to go that, is there a contract? Do we know if there's a contract for the past items that are there?
Yeah, we're
I
not,
don't know. I don't know.
We had
So that's
five-
something you're gonna have to find out before we can make that,
yeah, see if we're in a contract with.
if we're in a contract before we can go any farther, correct?
Well, the contract can only be for 1 year.
I know they said they would release the PD cell number to Verizon if we decided to switch.
Is there a way to,
Yeah. Check that out.
do we need to
I
table this
changed
until?
from US Cellular to AT&T and they held my number hostage.
Really?
It's like 5 weeks, they finally decided they would let it go and I'd already changed by then and.
Oh, yeah,
They
that's
said
what they knew
I
that
don't
too,
have
didn't
service on it at my home.
So-
On their deal.
So Hill George, a lawyer?
I don't trust it.
Do we need to table this until he finds out more information on there, if there's a contract?
I'll go ahead and make a motion, to check it, can we?
Yeah. Just like you did on the others. Okay, as long as we can get out of the contract.
Well, you can't get
Right.
out
Of
of
a contract.
their contracts. If there's, you could approve it as long as it's not a
Not a
contract
contract.
for more than 1 year, because you can't enter into a contract for more than
Right.
1 year.
Make that a motion, what she said.
Okay.
What are you making a motion?
I'm not repeating that.
Okay,
Let's go check the contract. See who- where we're at.
I'll second it.
Yeah, if you're, are you on a US Cellular contract?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Well, you need to find out because you're gonna have to pay a whole bunch of charges if you bust that one.
Yeah.
So you might have to wait until it runs out. So you
Right.
need to check that one, a contingent on checking that one as well.
Okay.
But if it's more than 1 year old, then it probably is run out.
Please
Ned?
call it.
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
Tony?
Yeah,
27, discussion and action on granting the police chief hiring and termination authority of the police employees.
Yeah, it's ex-native.
Thought I'd ask.
You're okay.
It's been an expedited process.
Oh,
I knew where it goes.
I vote, I make a motion that we do not, that it needs to be processed through the town, the
Town.
town trustees of firing or hiring. Or, yeah. Do we put firing and hiring or just
no,
hiring?
just vote for action with no.
Okay. You second that? You second that?
Second,
Okay.
Don't know if you don't ask.
That's right.
Please call roll.
There you go.
Jeanette?
You're not
Or
pretty well
choosing
done.
not to excuse that.
Yes.
Tony?
Yes.
Roger?
Yes.
uh,
Item 28, discussion action on hiring an office clerk at the police department.
It's like
Well,
busting the
I
police department
basically-
budget.
Well, what we've done is we contacted Cherokee Nation,
Yes.
and we're hoping that we can get the employee on through the Cherokee Nation Career Services.
And this young lady right here.
Yeah, she went up, Lydia went up to the Cherokee Nation this week. You went up to Cherokee Nation this week?
Yeah.
They were telling her some kind of work to deal and we pay half and that. So I contacted Councilman Dobbins, because as you know, we've had 5 employees over the last 2 to 3 years that was paid entirely by the Cherokee Nation, didn't cost the town nothing. So, but I understand that program's still out there because I know some people on it, but I don't know that. So I have a call into him and explain what she was explained, what was explained to her, and hopefully we can get the Cherokee Nation to pick up the tab and she could go to work in the police department, helping them with reports and inputting all the stuff they have to do through Otis and OSBI, because there's a lot and it would pull the load off the police officers so they get out and patrol more.
So do we
So,
need to table this?
I would
until-
just, if you don't mind, we'll just table it
Yeah,
until we hear
table it.
Councilman
Make a
Dobbins.
motion, we table that.
I'll first.
We're trying. Now, who seconded?
Yes, and Tony.
Tony. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Old business, we'll have discussion action on request for information form.
You guys asked me to look at that. I looked back at what your decision was several years ago. I changed the form. You had it to say, I believe, for audio request, it was $100 deposit. For written documentation, it was $10 deposit. And then $10 per page on written document, which is state statute. And then you can recover any direct costs involved with getting those documents. So I put that on the new form for your approval.
Where's the form?
We got a copy
It
of
was,
Is there a form?
it's in Roger's stuff. I put it all in his packet.
Dig it out, buddy.
So what we got here?
It's $10 deposit. And then if say we get one page, we give them $9.75 back. It's just a deposit. Because what we run into, we had a lady come in for audio recording, and we had about $94 tied up in it. Time we got everything done, and she refused to pay it.
So they paid up front.
So we get it up front, and that way,
They won't request without knowing.
well, and the townspeople aren't paying that. So
Yeah.
May I ask a question? Per the open meeting or the open records request, and I paid for $500 or $600 worth of emails and stuff from schools and different towns. And I've talked to Miss Billingsley up in Oklahoma City, and if you're a taxpayer, these records are supposed to be actually free. Am I correct in that? I think it's in the law. It says, unless you're a media outlet or you're doing something to make money off of them, if I come up here and I ask for this or that, I need to see that because I'm a taxpayer. Is that?
yeah, you can come up and look at
You
anything
can
you
look
want.
at it, okay,
Yes,
but you can't take it.
right.
Right.
You want copies of-
Anybody can
You want
request to
copies.
look at it,
Yes.
you can see it,
Yes.
but you can't take it off.
Yeah,
If you want
Unless-
copies,
If
If you want copies, okay.
the
Yes.
statute says that you pay for the time it took to locate it, copy it, and
Are y'all
Per page.
available to do, or are y'all capable of, like, if I requested copies of the last 6 months or whatever, I can come up and look at that anytime I want to?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
that desk right there.
It's all, yeah, it's all on that desk right out there.
I notice it's laid out nice and pretty now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you want, I keep all of it in one file for each year. So if you're looking for something, I can do a word search, so it directs you to it, so you don't have to thumb through every page.
okay. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Good on y'all. Good job.
So I just ask you to accept that form because that's.
Make
that's
a
what
motion,
you-
we accept the new form.
Second.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger?
Yes. Item 2, discussion action on the application for a council appointment.
trustee,
Trustee.
does the form say that?
Okay, there was a form that popped up by ordinance. You guys are supposed to approve every form. It's a nice form. We may be able to use it in the future. I'd ask you to approve that form to be used. if
Do
you're
we
ready.
have it?
He's got it.
Do need to change that to trustee.
Yeah. Amend that to trustee.
Where'd this form come from?
I believe maybe, I'm not real sure.
Okay.
It just popped up one day and I seen it and I was like,
Grabbed
it's
it,
not
yeah.
been approved by the council, so.
Oh, the form was already in.
Yeah, I
In the
think somebody
system.
made it when we had this situation and I don't want to say, I'm pretty sure I know who did it, but when I seen it, I was like, the council has to approve all our forms.
Make a motion that we approve it, but you need to change the interest in the vacant seat to trustee seat.
Trustee seat.
Second.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Time?
Well, you got new business. Is there any new business?
No. You don't have any new business.
7:31.
7:31.
About 2 minutes, have 2 hours. isn't it?
Okay, open the Warner Utility Authority. We have a quorum. Consent agendas 1 through 6.
I approve 1 through 6.
Yeah. I'll second it.
I'm trying to find a minute here.
Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes.
You have a sewer report?
They'll have those up there before.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't see it.
Okay, go to the regular agenda. Item 1, discussion action on appointed board member.
The general practice is whoever is the trustee is also the board member.
Just do same as town. Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second discussion? Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
No.
Tony. What?
Yes.
You said no? Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item 2, discussion action on continuing Hannah Morris as part-time month-to-month employee.
I would ask you to continue it.
Make a motion, we continue part-time month to month
I'll
on
second.
Hannah Moore.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second discussion. Seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 3, discussion action on purchasing the module for, from G-Works for the Neptune meters and upgrading financial hub.
So this is, our current system is G-Works, and Karen is gonna put some word in on this as well. What we have now is a desktop system. We've had it for over 20-something years. We're going to be forced to go to a cloud-based system. They're upgrading their system, so they'll no longer have this. The girls will be able to get on our system and access it without needing to come here once we get this, if it's approved. But everything will be more modern, up to date. I know there was some talk in other meetings that things might not have been like it needed to be. This will be user friendly for us and for our customers. They have this front desk module that our people will actually get a bill. They can go online, they can pay their bill themselves. They can also sign themselves up to get the bill taken out, to get it based off of a credit card. We're having issues right now with the current meters that we have. We're switching from those meters from Mueller to the Neptune meters, and this system is supposed to connect better with those meters. I know everyone's heard of the issues we're having with the bills. This will also just do several more items that we're not able to utilize on our current system. So there is the initial $3,000 setup fee. They said that it would take a couple of weeks, but everybody that's already in our system, they will move over to this system, and then we will pay $13,800 annually. They did give us a 20% discount for being current customers. We've been paying $8,400 annually, so it is going up a little bit, but what they have to offer is a lot more. And when I told Karen we had the option of going to that now, she was really excited because it just skips out so much. I mean, we're spending a lot of time We're doing a lot of spreadsheets. Right now it's taking me a full week to get the ACH done. The way I have to do a spread, and the ACH is putting it into a spreadsheet. Everybody that wants their bill automatically deducted, putting it into a spreadsheet, putting it into Armstrong
Triple the
Bank,
work.
putting it into. I mean, that's just one of the issues that we have right now. There's nothing wrong with the current system we have. It's just very, very outdated, and we will eventually be forced to move to this.
This way they can put it on automatic pay and
But how do we?
you don't have to handle it 3 times.
I will have to, and also if I was not here, I could actually, and this is where it'll help them too. If I wasn't here, I could remote in. This is if COVID happens again and we have to shut down, our customers can be more sufficient in their billing. So it's just an all around better system for everybody,
So
not
how-
just our in office.
So how do we do this if it's more with the budget?
Don't know what your budget and your financials look like right now. Really, honestly though, and I'm just being honest, if your financials were not correct previously, your budget's not right.
That's what we're trying to.
So, because your budget has to be 90% of previous year's revenue. And if your revenue wasn't right, because your financials weren't right, your budget could be skewed anyway. I mean, we're talking $5,000.
And also you all had approved, with the previous bookkeeper, some money to do some changes that she did not do. So there is a little bit of leeway there in our budget at this moment until we can get a revised budget or go into our next budget. So
This setup fee, is it training involved in that too? Or?
yes,
We have been told that when the bookkeeper did the budget, she did it too tight. There was not the allowance for the 9%.
Correct.
So you're probably going to have to do it. We have been told that we're probably going to have to do an
Amended
amendment.
budget?
do a revised budget.
But we can't do that till January, is my
Well,
understanding.
we could do it anytime. We can amend
Correct,
anytime.
but it was better to
but
do
you
it
need to
in
give them time
January.
to see what we need.
We gotta get our books in order
Budget,
first.
we would always have an amendment because when you're doing your budget, you're doing that in March and April. So you have some other revenue that can come in. So after the year's over and after the audit's prepared, the financials are prepared, you always are gonna have an amendment there. So an amendment is not unusual. Also, you have unexpected expenses.
Well, we're hoping, I asked Cross when we did this over here, if they would deliver all of the supplies here so the town would benefit from taxes. And we're talking millions of dollars of product that we should get taxes off of. So hopefully we get at least $1 million or $2 million in taxes off of them. So we might be able to amend then.
Now, does this come out monthly or is it?
It would come out monthly and we would split it between, just like we're doing now, we'd split it between town and Waterside since we're utilizing for both of them.
I make a motion if this is gonna help you girls get things rocking and rolling, but less, more time.
Pay for itself.
In the long run, it will pay for itself, yes. It will more than likely, people can go on and pay with their own credit card, and they've discussed even taking out our credit card terminals to possibly take out that charge as well. So, I mean, it's gonna move some things around that should help us quite a bit.
But you're gonna have to do it eventually.
And we will have to eventually. And with the new turnover in the office, we thought it might be great to do it now to get
Everybody on
to
the same
start
boat.
learning it.
And then we need to split it from the town and the water.
Yes, it would be split evenly between the two of them like it already is.
That makes that
Sounds like it
motion.
would be such a time saver that it would basically
There you
save
go. That's what I
a
was.
lot of time going to other things.
You're doing triple the work on what we've got.
Yeah, it's gonna pay for it in labor hours.
Right.
I make that motion. It's coming out of the town into the water department.
I'll second.
Discussion? Seeing none? Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 4, discussion and action on putting safety lights on the new utility department truck.
Make a motion, we take care of the safety lights on the utility truck.
Do we have a
$1,100.
$1,100.
David, wasn't that the same quote as that, Jason?
Yes.
Yeah, same thing.
Second.
All right. Discussion, seeing none, please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item 5, discussion action on trading the 25 horse Kubota and the old backhoe towards the purchase of a M6060 tractor.
Dan, I believe, was the one who got this together for you. We've had that backhoe down there for a while that we don't use. It's got a problem in the electric ECM. So we've had to drag it back to the shop. We got it outside the door and it died. Yeah, somebody broke the back window out of it. So I would, they're offering us what, 12, which is actually probably about what we were offered before.
Plus what the ECM was gonna cost.
Yeah.
So
So
if the ECM was fixed, you're looking at 20,000.
how much did the ECM cost to fix it? About 10,000. Okay.
Plus you gotta get programmed and all that.
Okay. The little tractor is when our big tractor just went down, the little tractor, the idea of the little tractor was to do ditches. And that was my deal, is do ditches and make everything pretty. That thing bogs down with grass about the size of the lawnmower grass.
And how much is a new one?
Your difference would be $11,917.98.
But do we have to have, here's the budget again, does that matter for the budget?
What I would pull that, I would look at the utility savings and infrastructure and pay for it. Plus, it will pull the bat wing, because when our big tractor was down recently, you had to basically rent tractors to get the grass mowed. It will pull that bat wing as well.
What's the total cost with the trade-ins is 11?
Yeah, 11,917 after trade-ins.
Not bad at all.
No, I thought it was really good. And it's a good looking tractor. It's right
And you need to
there.
pull it out of where?
I would look at the infrastructure and savings and probably split it. You know, we got in savings. So you can look at savings right quick if you want. But that's a really good deal. I was surprised that.
I am too. For that price.
And legally, since we're going to a dealer, we're surplusing this and we're going to a dealer for the trade, right?
It won't be surplus in it if you trade it in.
So it's not called, okay. I just didn't know if it needed to be called a surplus for trading. Okay.
It's 7:45. Come on, Alicia.
It's
You're supposed to know
not.
the stuff right off the top of your head.
You act like you want to be here too.
We can get them checked next week, Dave.
Oh, his won't be first.
Just tell them something. They don't know any different.
You're right.
So savings, you have 29,000 and infrastructure is 154,000. Remember, you're taking 100,000 for the asphalt,
street.
which will be
Asphalt.
reimbursed,
Right.
but I would just split it between the two.
6,000 out of both.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Make a motion. We do trade these two tools in for new tractor with taking it out of half the instruction savings.
Second. Please call roll.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes. Item 6, discussion action on adding a filter at the water plant to increase the water output capacity. The board will need to decide on getting an engineer report for the Cherokee Nation to help with this.
so we're looking at what, David, you say for a filter?
It was 217.
Just for the filter itself.
So I asked the Cherokee Nation to help us with that. they said you would need, what I need to ask you to do is approve, engineering, for an engineering report, so we can give it to Cherokee Nation and ask them for some funds.
What's the engineering report cost?
It'll be just based on what they'll have to get with them on the piping and the filter and what it is. I'm gonna say probably, since he's already done a bunch, I'm gonna say 5,000.
We had no idea.
Yeah, with Jay, it's I think probably around 5,000 or 6,000 for an engineering report.
And then he's gonna bring in what's his head, and they're gonna go to OWRB, and they're gonna.
But what this is about, we have more capacity. We're just running too hard. And if you sign a deal on a new plant, you're still 3 to 5 years out on getting there.
Correct.
I know,
We
that's
still
what.
got to survive for 3 to 5.
And we've noticed over each year, we're
Picking up, we're
we're
gaining.
gaining more
Demand.
customers.
Getting more
Even with-
customers.
Even with the college, I think like had a 15% increase in enrollment
Yes.
this year.
Plus the
Yep.
soccer field, and stuff like, they want
A
to
lot of people are adding, it's just, everything else is growing except for the water plant. We just want to try to put something back into it.
Yeah.
So we can still be in compliance, and produce good water until we can get to the other part. Where we're wanting to go.
Make a motion, we get an engineering report to get this added to it, filter to it,
I'll second
go
it.
by the report.
And it already has the bay and everything set up, but I just don't know why they did it when they did it years ago.
See if he'll include it, what we've already paid him.
I will do some
Good
negotiating
luck
with him.
with that.
Really?
He's done some work in there, so I'm just hoping he has to do some changes.
Right.
Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes. Item 7, discussion action on True North mapping, quote for a map of infrastructure system.
it's really a nice deal, but it's about $40,000. They asked me to discuss this with you guys. I would say no. We have a deal through Hub, or all the way up Dyke and Bellin, that is a little outdated, probably needs to be refreshed, but it tells us where all of our water lines are. What they would do is they come in and map every one of your water lines, every one of your sewer lines, every one of your cutoffs, every meter, every water valve, every manhole, and you would have a map as to exactly where they're at. But it's like 40. There's a quote there somewhere. But
I
it's
can
like
see that
40,000.
later on, after we get the new water
Yeah,
system.
I
Right
think
now,
that
I don't
the
think
Hub
it's-
can actually update what we have, because we've got one now that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so-
say we take no action on that.
One second.
There might be some things down the road that we may have to do something like that.
Yeah.
Next year, they're starting the new copper and lead program, and we're gonna have to do some upgrading here out in our system about making sure, that we're kind of making sure what we're got in the ground,
They don't want copper?
It's just these programs, basically come from Michigan, that's where the lead part come from.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
they're making everybody do it.
Huh?
A lot of your parts are lead, but they just got the
I
copper
see.
brazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something we might have to look at down the road is like the radar mapping system.
And I've been in contact with Mark Wayne Mullins' office about some money for infrastructure, so that might pay that. That's true.
Okay. Take no action on that.
No.
You had a motion to take no action.
Yeah.
And second. So Jeanette,
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Item 8, discussion action on exterminating service for the town properties.
Same as town.
Same as town.
So Tony made the motion and Jeanette seconded.
Same thing.
I heard Tony first.
Please
Jeanette?
call roll.
Yes.
Tony,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes. Time?
7:50.
7:50.
I was down here 40 minutes early.
Did you write down when we started this?
No.
Now I got time to
Yeah,
read
let's do it. What time do you need to have put it?
Tropical Smooth. Tropical Smoothie.
7:30.
I drink them every day.
Because we got some.
Just about every day.
They got a lot of sugar.
No, I'd get it with no sugar.
You know that.
You just go and do your election.
Congratulations.